the people on the ETC side split off. I think it also just happens that a lot of the people that were not willing to stomach the DAO fork and then join the ETC side, they were the more Bitcoiny types, and the more Bitcoiny types do also tends to like proof of work more. And so that also sort of ended up, sort of purifying the communities on both sides, I guess. So Ethereum Classic is not switching to proof of stake, and they're happy with their setup. And by the time that it came to the Beacon chain launching, and now I think the community is very strongly in favor of the proof of stake switch.
But let me ask the question that no engineer wants to hear, which is the question of timeline. When do you think the merge will happen? Do you have a sense it might happen this year? Do you have a sense it might be pushed towards next year, 2022, or even beyond?
I think early 2022 is the most realistic. There's definitely still an optimistic case of it happening this year, but the realistic thing to count on is definitely the early part of very early part of next year.
Is there specific things that stand out to you that are they'll make you feel good about progress if you see it happening?
So the thing that we had last month is we had this online hackathon called Rayonism, where basically a bunch of the different client developers that are going to be part of the transition hacked together some test nets of the post-merge Ethereum chain. So these were only test nets of what would happen after the merge. They were not test nets of the transition itself. So the thing that people are working on now actually is the transition. So having a full specification of both the transition and post-transition. I mean, we have specifications now, but realistically, they'll probably needs to have a couple of changes in